All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. This episode, we're going to talk about maybe some underrated needs for the Vikings. We all want that big D tackle, the big guard, maybe a cornerback, but there's some other needs that we're not talking about. This episode brought to you by Happy Nuts. Get your butts over myhappynuts.com. Julian Marker was the winner on Rise and Skull, so he gets the Happy Nuts wonderful little package from them. Keep your package clean.
Get yourself a fresh start for the new year with some Happy Nuts. And yeah, we all know the big needs for the Minnesota Vikings. Glaring, they're there, but there's some sneaky ones, some underrated ones that we also need to address. That's what we're going to do right now. And let's get it started with one that
I don't even know what the list is.
I do know what the list are. You?
All right, Lupagus, well done. Number 4, we got wide receiver. Wide receiver coming in. And you know what? We're very top heavy. Man, it'd be nice to have a number 3. Brandon Paul's a free agent. Trent Sherfield's a free agent, and not much in the cupboard.
When you look at right now who's currently number 3, Jalen Naylor, yeah, he had some moments. He also had some very bad moments, some drops, some missed blocks. Inconsistent there as number 3. I'm sure he's going to be a part of the roster. I'd like to see an upgrade there, whether it's a mid-round draft pick, a free agent signing, somebody who can compete and truly be a number 3 receiver we can rely on.
This is going to sound really rude, but all of Jalen Naylor's touchdowns and everything he did, a lot of people could have done all of that. He did have a very good catch. I don't remember if it was the Lions game or the last one. He had a very tough catch, but like he just hasn't done anything. It's just like, wow, holy cow. So I'm being disrespectful to Jalen Naylor.
You are. I mean, a lot of he was schemed to be wide open with all the attention going to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. So it was part of the design. He was kind of benefited from KOC's play calling. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You go back and think, what was the play that, he made, whether it was breaking a tackle or, some amazing catch. Like, it's hard to remember what that was. His touchdowns, he did seem to be wide open almost every time.
Yeah, and you can get a number 3 in the mid rounds. You can get a number 3 reasonably cheap in free agent. Like, go out and get some competition for him. That's all I want. Get some competition. Don't hand him that wide receiver 3 job.
Don't do it. Don't you dare, Quasey.
All right, another underrated need that we got here is offensive tackle. Again, very top heavy, but damn, that gets ugly quick. We love Walter.
Well, and that's the thing. Walter's, they're talking about maybe moving him inside to guard next year, so you really have no backups. If that is the case, I'm sure he'll be like a swing guy, but there's nobody. Cam Robinson's a free agent. Q-Bear's a free agent. He's probably going to retire because he's like 45 years old.
Yes. You
need some depth here at tackle. Darrisaw, who knows if he's even going to be ready to go week 1. Who's your starting left tackle next year, week 1? Hopefully it's Darrisaw, but I don't know what his status is with his recovery. So, yeah, you got to get some help there at OT.
And I'm sorry. I hate the fact that they keep drafting these dudes and moving them around. Like, I know they're talking about maybe moving Walter Rouse inside. Maybe it'll pan out fantastic. Can we just let the dude try tackle? I know they're seeing him every day in practice, but dicking around with these guys, draft the guy at their position and leave them there. We have no backups. Q-Bear wasn't even very good when he was out there this year, unfortunately. And Ken Robinson, he ain't coming back. He's going to want that tackle money. So, like, I actually think I don't see this as a draft. I think they're going to have to spend some money in free agency to get a good backup.
Yeah, so don't be surprised. Every year, at least the last couple of years, that first free agent signing with Josh Albrecht, no one saw that one coming. It may be an tackle. What the hell? Oh my God, we signed a tackle first thing in free agency this year. We'll be covering live, no doubt.
We got to protect our boy, J.J. McCarthy. If O'Neal or Darrisaw go down, let's go to another one. It's the punter. They brought some dudes in to work out throughout the season. It's clearly something on their radar.
Yeah, I don't think they're overly happy with Ryan Wright. He just struggles to pin anybody inside the 20. He's got a big leg, no doubt about it. He's got a big gut. We love our big old chubby punter. But yeah, they keep bringing in competition for him. But even late in the season, was it before the Lions game or the Packers game? It was one of those last games we had. Also, the Vikings are working out punters late too. So I don't know. I think this is an issue that's going to be addressed at some point, whether it's free agency, another undrafted guy to compete, or maybe even a late round draft pick. Who knows? But Ryan Wright will have competition in camp, and not just like token competition. I think serious competition for that punting job.
I know also who was good at pinning, and that was Brett the Hitman Hart.
Oh, one of the best to ever do it.
One of the best, handsomest hunk
excellence
wrestlers out there. Yeah, they brought Seth Vernon in last year. Is that his name? That was legit competition. He didn't win it, but the amount of money they've spent on bringing in punters, they probably could have signed a punter by now for a very lucrative contract. And this is free agent. I'm not big on rookie punters, but
we'll see. I'd be more shocked if Ryan Wright was on the team in 25 than if he wasn't.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Let's go number 1, and that is tight end. We mentioned it already. Hawkinson, obviously not going anywhere. Johnny Munt's a free agent, but if you look at that, Josh Oliver, he's being tossed around as a guy that they could cut, and they would save $5.1 million.
Yeah, it's like they don't need to save. They have plenty of money, so they don't really need to do it from a cost savings.
Yeah, but that's a big chunk to save.
I'd be shocked if they cut Josh Oliver. But yeah, Johnny Munt's free agent. Hawkinson's getting old. Nick Muse is on the Eagles. This position's all of a sudden very thin. And what is Hawkinson? He's getting up there in age as well. So, like, I actually was thinking a sneaky pick for the Vikings. What if that Warren guy from Penn State sitting there and they shock the world and take him? I mean, you never know.
Draft a tight end while they're still paying Oliver and Hawkinson. There's gonna be a shitstorm. That if they were to cut Josh Oliver, which I actually think is definitely a possibility, or restructure is probably a bigger possibility because he is a part of this offense, even though he's not catching balls. But I guess I was thinking more free agency. If they waste one of their draft picks on a tight end, I'm gonna eat my beer can.
But what if they address every other position need really hard, and Warren's the best player on the board? Sometimes you do that in free agency. You make enough signings where you can truly go best player available. I'm just throwing out a crazy situation, but yeah, tight end, definitely a sneaky need when you look at this depth chart and the status of these guys on the roster right now.
Well, to do that, hopefully they actually target their effing tight end because they didn't really seem to do that very much. Hawkinson, I think he's only 27, 28
That
max?
seems about right, yeah.
So he's got some years left. He's got some tread on the tires. But once again, here are sneaky needs: wide receiver, offensive tackle, punter, tight end. Let us know if you got a sneaky need. Be sure to get your butts and your nuts over to myhappynuts.com. Take care of that package down there. They will set you up. Look at that. Wonderful powder spray, wonderful shavers. They got it all. Hit them up.
You do. Remember this: when it drops below 45 degrees in Florida, iguanas can fall out of trees. They're not dead, just immobilized.
Oh, man.